Krishna's yellow cloth is one thing that only only a Manjari can do. When they are together at night, sometimes Radhika takes Krishna's yellow cloth. There is this very wonderful pastime when the mother of Radharani, what is the name? Oh my God, it's early in the morning. Vrishabhanu, it's not Vrishabhanu Nandini, and the mother of Radhika. What is the name of Radhika's mother? Kutila? Kirtida, sorry, Kirtida. Oh my God. Kirtida. So when Radhika is in the bed and Kirtida and all the sevaks in the ladies in Yavat and in Varshana, when they come in the room and they sing, "Oh my God," Mother Kirtida says, "What is this yellow cloth around your body?" And then the Sakis say, and that is not yet, this is the sunshine coming in through the window, making this yellow color. So we can understand this is a very intimate thing. Only the Manjaris can understand. The Sakis also know, but in the next words, they can only be spoken in Manjari Bhav. When can I run out to bring the blouse that you forgot in the Nikunja? This cannot be done by a Saki. The Saki will ridicule Radhika, and therefore only the Manjaris can come into this powerhouse, into the Nikunja, and rescue all the things Sri Radhika lost during the amorous pastimes. It's not possible for the Sakis to get these things. So this prayer, this is an eager prayer for us, aspirant sadhakas, to assimilate the mood and to enter in this mood. And the next is even more. When can I bind your hair braid, restring your broken pearl necklace? Broken pearl necklace, the necklace breaks only in the sweet Nikunja Leelas when they are in amorous pastimes, when they are doing sambhog. And cover up the bruises. Nobody can see the bruises on Swamini's body except for the Manjaris. Absolutely no one else can see that. Those are the results of passionate sambhog. Sometimes they are visible even on the Manjaris. So the Manjaris know exactly what seva to do when they see these bruises, and they help Swamini. So these 5, 6, 7 sentences are clearly spoken in the consciousness of a Manjari. So Maharani now will read the wonderful commentary of my beloved Gurudev Sri Srimad Srila Anantadas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai.
The maidservant's expertise. It is the end of the night, and Radha and Krishna are fast asleep in a bower house. A soft Malayan breeze blows, carrying the fragrance of the blooming flowers from the vines and the trees inside the grove. Intoxicated bees buzz around the honey-filled flowers, and Vrindavan birds are singing softly and ever so sweet. The maidservants wake up and collect the paraphernalia for their service. The hairs on their bodies standing up in ecstasy when they see the matchless beauty of the divine couple through the holes of the bower's foliage.
So this is the sign of the Manjaris. They are happy only when Radhika and Krishna are together. That is the only aim they have, to bring about the meeting, the union of their beloved Radha and Krishna. So obviously now the hairs are standing up in ecstasy. That means those are these bhavas, the sattvika bhavas, coming in their hearts by having fulfilled the desire of Radha and Krishna to meet, and they facilitated these meetings. So they are so happy to see them together. Of course, they favor the lotus feet of Radhika, but their whole goal of existence is to bring together the divine couple. And I really invite everyone, Udavaji and everyone who is there, please share your feelings. Please tell us, I want to share something also. If you want to participate, I wholeheartedly encourage you. Please interrupt us and share your inner feeling. Also here in this room, I don't have to say, that you can do this, but also for the participants online, please, we are very much encouraging that everyone shares their whole heart.
Brinda Devi then engages her parrot couples in awakening the divine couple with sweet and softly recited verses. When Radha and Krishna rise, their eyes are still filled with sleep, and their hairs and clothes are still disheveled from making love. Sri Radhika has Krishna's yellow cloth on her, and Krishna has Radhika's blouse cloth on him, but they don't notice it. The maidservants now enter the kunja and begin with their blessed service of giving water and petal leaves and arranging the divine couple's hair and clothes. Shripad, in his kinkari form, is also blessed with one of these services. She awakens Srimati by saying, "Oh Nagari, you are so expert in love play. Don't lose your attention because of this deep absorption. Your girlfriends can be here at any moment, and they'll make fun of you when they see you dressed and are ornamented like this. Be especially careful that your parents and family members will not see all the signs of Krishna's love making on your body."
So in the previous line, Srila Gurudev, my Baba says, the maidservants, they enter now the Nikunja. And Sripad, Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Pad, in his kinkari form, is also blessed with one of these services. So when we read these wonderful words, it is our duty to close our eyes. It's a good exercise to close our eyes because each of us also has some of these services, like Baba is saying. So we should not read the purports or listen to the purports in our male and female consciousness, material consciousness. So we should be aware of our spiritual form. And then also we can imagine, wow, okay, Radha and Krishna now woke up. So what is there to do? Bringing water, fanning, dressing, yourself, your service, which you like and you got from your Gurudev. So this is Baba also saying to us, dear Sadhaka, Sripad, he himself is now doing that, and you can do this also. So we also can imagine and contemplate what we can do together to serve the divine couple in this very, very sweet and early time in the morning. Every one of us has the right, Baba is saying, to do so.
In this way, she tries to keep Srimati's attention with their dressing and ornamenting service. How fortunate are these maidservants? The aspirants should learn this expertise in service from them and become similarly fortunate. Shripad is so fortunate to get the service of making up Srimati's hair. that has become disheveled like a spread out peacock tail during her amorous pastimes. The maidservant cleverly disentangles Srimati's big branch of cloud blue curly hair with her nails, combs it with a jeweled comb, and braids it with a garland of blooming jasmine flowers. She collects all the pearls that have fallen off Srimati's necklaces that had broken during the love play, restrings them, and hangs the necklace back around her neck. Then she paints collyrium around her eyes. Just then, Srimati's girlfriends enter the kunja, covering their mouth with their wails and giggling, making wave after wave of laughter and joking. Hearing the sweet words of the Sakis and seeing their ecstatic behavior, Radha and Krishna forget about going home. Then, on Vrinda's indication, the old she-monkey Kakati encourages them to go home by making hint about Jatila, Radhika's mother-in-law. How pitifully is then their Vidya Leela, pastimes of separation.
Again, this is very, very, very wonderful. We are used to have mornings, or many of us know that morning time is usually a time where people wake up, and sometimes we know that the mood in the morning can be a little slow, and but here we read that even the morning time is full of laughter and jokes. And you can see now that the girlfriends only enter, that means the Sakis, they only can enter this scenery, this wonderful scenery of the Nikunja Lila, when actually Radhika is properly dressed and properly ready to receive them. Otherwise, it would not be possible. So I like this very much, that even in the morning time, they are full of laughter and jokes. So this is actually this mood which should come into our hearts, not to be a morning muffle, like morning is, but this is actually what sadhana bhakti is about, that we should get up and have a good, how can you say, a good mood. And remembering they have also a good mood, but now slowly, this good mood, it changes, because horribly, they have to leave each other and have to go home. So this is these waves of emotions going through them from heartfelt laughter, but then the imminent danger of going out and leaving each other. It's not possible, and they cling to each other as long as possible. We also have this feeling, honestly speaking, because this is human-like pastimes. So if you're together with your partner in the morning, you also don't want to get up and you also don't want to leave this this nice friendship and partnership. So what to speak of the divine couple? They don't want to leave each other. And now this heartfelt situation is really nicely explained by the Mahajans.
The Sakis then take Radha home, and Krishna also slowly goes his way. Suddenly, Srimati remembers that she had forgotten her blouse in the kunja. She's too shy to ask her friends to go and get it. So she gives a hint with her eyes to Shripad in his kinkari form to go and get it. Oh,
no problem.
I'm sorry, I forgot one.
Now it is time.
Now it is time for them to go in their own to their own homes. They stare at each other's faces, causing an ocean of love to arise in their hearts and streams of tears to tickle from their eyes. Madhav, we have been left by you, but on the strength of our love, we will meet again. Now I cannot see you. They look at each other with anxious eyes as waves of love swell up. Rai has fainted and Madhav has fainted. When will they meet again? Lalita exclaims, Sumukhi, Sumukhi, and takes Rai on her lap. The Sakis exclaim Kanu, Kanu, while tears stream from their eyes. The Sakis then take Radha home, and Krishna also slowly goes his way. Suddenly, Srimati remembers that she had forgotten her blouse in the kunja. She's too shy to ask her friends to go and get it. So she gives a hint with her eyes to Shripad in his kinkari form to go and get it. The maidservant quickly goes back to the kunja, finds the blouse, and secretly gives it to Swamini.
Here Baba is saying to us that there is no words needed to be exchanged. So in earlier times, the human race in the Atlantis and Lemuria, the telepathic function has been there. So here in the spiritual world, it is even more so. The Radhika just has to look at the Manjari with her eyes and give the order with the eyes, and then the eyes tell it the heart, and the kinkari immediately leaves and fulfills the order of Swamini. Why is this possible? Because the kinkaris are so close to Swamini that only they can read these instructions with their hearts. We have many times said this is called Tadatmika. The souls are one. They are not different in feelings from Swamini, so it is very easy to look at them and immediately tell them what to do.
Who is very happy to get it back. Then she returns to her house in the village of Javat with her friends and goes back to bed. In the morning,
Mukhara it is. It's not Kirtita, it's Mukhara, but I said. It's very beautiful.
In the morning, Mukhara enters Srimati's bedroom and says, "Oh Radhe, oh granddaughter, where are you?" The Sakis also help Srimati to wake up when Mukhara suddenly noticed Krishna's yellow scarf on Srimati's body. Angrily, Mukhara says, "Vishake, what is this? I saw this splendid yellow cloth on Krishna yesterday, and now I see it on Radha's limbs. Alas! What kind of behavior is this for a housewife with an unblemished reputation?" Vishaka is startled by Mukhara's words, looks at Radha and thinks, "Oh no, what is this? Is it Krishna's yellow cloth?" Then she quickly gets herself together and says, "Oh, bewildered, blind old lady. Just see. It is the sunrise pouring in through the window that make our Sakis blue cloth look like a yellow one.
So it was Mukara, not Ketida. My mistake. I'm sorry. So Mukara is the one who notices that. And if you read very closely, you can see that actually what happens to Vishaka when she notices the accident. What happens to Vishaka? Vishaka, in the first moment, Baba is saying Vishaka is startled by Madhava's words, and then looks at it, and then she thinks, "Oh no, what is this? It is Krishna's cloth." So this is Saki, the Saki. Vishaka is a Saki. So if a Manjari would have, how would have a Manjari reacted? Very differently. A Manjari would not have been startled. A Manjari would have known, oh yes, of course, this is Krishna's cloth. It always is like that, that they have this loving exchange and the one is taking the rope from the other one. So Vishaka at the first moment, she's very startled and has to pull her together. You see? She has to pull her together. A Manjari doesn't have to pull herself together. She knows exactly, oh yes, now I have to find a good answer very quickly. And she's not startled can also mean like a little bit bewildered, you know. Startled means like, oh, what can I do? So a Manjari in that moment definitely would have reacted differently, for sure.
Now we see how a Manjari will react. While Mukara looks at the window, Shripad, in his kinkari form, exchanges the yellow cloth for a blue cloth so quickly that nobody notices it. When Mukara looks at Srimati again, she sees that she made a mistake and shyly goes off. Then Shripad sees that Swamini's limbs are all bruised by Krishna when he made love to her. So she quickly conceals these marks with colored substances like haldi, musk, and kumkuma, so that Srimati's family members will not see it.
Anyone likes to share something? Silence. So we try to share more a little bit because, yeah, sorry if I talk too much. Please tell me when I should not talk so much. But so many things are coming up reading the words of my beloved Gurudev. So here, this pastime, Shripad sees that Swamini's limbs are all bruised up. So this pastime shows us how the structure and let's say also a little bit the hierarchy of this rasa inducing pastimes, how it is built, you know. So there is never a smooth, a smooth running like in a Swakiya household, husband and wife, everything is running smoothly. So Yoga Maya always arranges these little adventures. And we are here in Parakiya Bhav. Always we have to remember this very, very special mood that Radhika and Krishna, they cannot meet openly. So here we see that so many things, so many obstacles come. Why are they coming? They come to enhance the rasa. They come to make everything even more beautiful, even more wonderful. All these little things, Mukara's anger, it could have also been Jagdila who comes in. She would be even more angry. So these transcendental emotions, they are not really angry like we are. They are angry, spiritually angry, because they only think of the welfare of their little girl. For them, it's a little girl. They have no idea what this little girl is making during the night when she is together with Krishna. So the Manjari is there to always appease and relieve and make free from scandal, from bad reputation. This is all these obstacles all lead to a higher rasa experience by either Radhika or by Krishna. It makes, a good movie needs tension. In the material world, a good thriller, if there is no tension, who would watch it? So in the spiritual world, everything is a reflection from the spiritual world. So we can see here it's a huge thriller. When Radhika want to go out at night, so many obstacles are thrown in her way. So she even practices, and she throws water and the snakes, and you all know much better. So these obstacles always come to make it even more relishable. It is also a hint for us, for the sadhakas, that if there are obstacles are coming in our sadhana, we should not be discouraged from these obstacles, but we should, like we read yesterday, jump over them by the mercy of Guru. Always have faith in the Guru Kripa that we can overcome these obstacles very easily. So in a similar way, how the Manjaris are paving the way to enjoy the divine couple's love, we should not be discouraged. I know it's not easy sometimes, and when you are in difficult, critical times, but we should always have this hope that these obstacles can be solved by deep faith in the Kripa of Guru. I think we should read maybe one more verse. It's only half an hour. Are you agreeing? Should we
Yes.
read one more verse?
Yes,
Okay.
Radhe.
Yes.
Let me just say.
Yes, please, Uddhava, please.
No, just let me say how much we appreciate, we relish your class. It's some of us are a bit sleepy and some of us are a bit shy, but please don't feel discouraged by that.
It's very early. What is the time now? 3:00?
It actually, strangely, just shifted because of time zone or time.
Okay.
So now it's 3:30. But then on Parakya Bhav, which is such a wonderful theme, I think you said it very nicely that it's by putting obstacles in the path of the couple that the desire is increased. But there's an additional way to think about Parakya Bhav, and that is that in a way, divine love needs to break all the rules, break all the expectations of the grandmothers and the mothers and the institutions of marriage and the rules of society. Because if it fell inside of all those, then it would just be ordinary. It would just be what we expect. So it always has to surprise. It always has to be a scandal, to use your word there. Because that's when it's the highest. That's when it's divine. When it's breaking all of our expectations. We can never plan on it. Can never put it into a category or a box.
Wonderful. Thank you. Very nice point. This amazing. This as a connoisseur, Rasa is always should be astonishing. And like you said, if it's not astonishing, it's ordinary. So all these things take care that it always is astonishing. So when we read that, we will meet again. By your mercy, we will meet again. When they leave in the Kunja early in the morning, they know we will meet again. But when they meet again, it's again like they meet the first time. So all this takes part, this astonishing stuff is there to make this a very, very relishable thing for the divine couple. So thank you. Very good point, Uddhavji. Very beautiful. So we continue 77.
My eyes restlessly search for the eternal nectarian, sweet, adolescent, loving form of Sri Radha that is only visible in Vrindavan, that cannot be described even by the Vedas, and that is not even perceived by Lord Shiva or Shukha Muni in their meditations. The sweetness of Sri Radha's adolescence. In Srimad Bhagavat, Canto 10, Chapter 82, it is seen that the gopis were not happy to see Krishna as a warrior of Kurukshetra. They remembered his sweet pastimes in Vraj and prayed to him to return to Vraj with them. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted that mood of Sri Radha and the gopis while he danced before the chariot of Lord Jagannath. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj depicted his mood as follows in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 13. For others, the heart may be the mind, but my mind is Vrindavan. I consider that forest and my mind to be one. If your lotus feet could appear there, I would consider that to be your full mercy. O Lord of my life, listen to my earnest prayer. Vraj is my home, and if I cannot get your association there, I cannot remain alive. Previously, you instructed us in yoga and jnana through Uddhava, and now you are personally teaching us this again. Just see me everywhere. There's no need for my personal presence and so. You are clever and merciful. You know my heart. You should not speak to me like that. Vrindavan, Govardhan, the forest on the banks of the Yamuna, the Kunjas, our pastimes such as the Rasa dance, Raj, the people of Raj, your mother, your father, and your friends. How amazing! How could you just forget about them? Now you wear a different dress. You have other friends. And you live in another country. But this never appeals to the people of Raj. You will not leave Raj Bhumi. But if they don't see you, then they will die. What should they do now? Even when Krishna stayed at Mathura, only 7 miles away from Vrindavan, the gopis did not go to see him there. Although they were burning in a fire of separation from him. The sight of his majestic form in Mathura could not pacify them. Therefore, anyone who wants to see Srimati Radha must take exclusive shelter of Vrindavan. She cannot be found anywhere else.
Can you explain, Tarunji, this part about Vrindavan is my mind from Chaitanya Charitamrita? the beginning of the quotation from Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Yes. So for the others, the heart may be the mind, but my mind is Vrindavan. I consider that for us, okay, for others, the heart may be the mind. So Mahaprabhu here is in the mood of Swamini. He is completely absorbed in the separation mood. We have to understand that actually Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, but in the pastimes, he leaves it. This is like, when he is performing the pastimes in the different universes, but actually for us, in the eternal Leela, the Krishna never leaves. He's always there. For the others, the heart may be the mind. But my mind is Vrindavan. So here Mahaprabhu says that actually his heart is completely filled. He's Radhika. He's in the mood of Radhika. So Radhika's heart, she's the queen of Vrindavan. So her heart is not different from Vrindavan. And what means Vrindavan? Vrindavan means the kingdom of love. So his heart is completely absorbed and fully quenched by love. Vrindavan means the kingdom of love. So here, Mahaprabhu, in his Radhika emotions, he's saying that I have no other feeling in my heart than the feeling you have in Vrindavan, which is the feeling of utter and intense love. I consider that forest and my mind to be one. Why? Because here she now remembers all the pastimes she had with her beloved. And so that forest, she hints at the forest. There are many forests in Vrindavan. Why? Here Krishnadas Kaviraj is saying that forest. So the forest here means the playgrounds where they perform their nocturnal pastimes. So here Mahaprabhu is so much in separation that even thinking of a forest is bringing to him all the pastimes they have at night. So here my mind is Vrindavan. This is what Gurudev always saying, that our mind should be Vrindavan. We should always have in our mind, like Rupa Goswami is saying, if you cannot live there with your body, you should live there with your mind. So what is that meaning? That means Vrindavan means also the kingdom of kinkaris, the kingdom of serving the lotus feet of Swamini. So this mind is what Mahaprabhu is talking about. This beautiful, full of love, nothing else. No, and you see now, later on, Baba explains that they gopis, they couldn't care less about the majestic form of the Lord. They're burning in separation. Just imagine that. They're burning in separation, but they have no iota of interest in going to see him, because why would they see a king? And this is, metaphoric on the tattva level. They have no inclination to experience Aishwarya Bhav. No, it's a clash. It cannot be experienced. If you are full of Madhurya Rasa, of Bhavalasa Rati, of Ujjvala Rasa, you cannot tolerate 1 single second any other mood. So the gopis, they don't even dare to go there, because this would be so much a clash with what they are feeling. The Bhavalasa Rati would not tolerate seeing Krishna there. What to speak, seeing him there with his queens? It's not possible for them. So when Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj is saying, my mind is Vrindavan, Vrindavan is a completely other. There is, the acharyas say that Aishwarya, prowess, and what is it called? This majesty is still there, but it is like if you cook sweet rice and the sweet, there is 1 little grain of salt in the sweet rice, but 2 kilos of sugar. So you will never feel that salt. So that is also, the acharyas sometimes hint that actually there is also majesty in Vrindavan, but it is so much covered with sugar, with sweetness, with Madhurya Rasa, that this Aishwarya, this prowess, this majesty is not felt for a single second. For us as sadhakas, it is important to understand that, because otherwise we take it as human-like. We tend to see it as, yeah, okay, it's just another place where they have loving union and stuff like that. So sometimes the acharyas, they give us also the meaning that actually Radhika is the supreme goddess of fortune. You know, all these majestic aspects we get to know. But Vrindavan has nothing to do with that. So my mind is, Vrindavan means my mind is drenched in the syrup of Madhurya Rasa. That is what it means, at least for me. I hope I didn't say anything wrong. So the mind is completely like, you know, Uddhava, you know gulab jamuns?
Mhm.
The wonderful sweet. And when you
Of course.
when you serve them, how they look, they are in a huge bottle of sugar syrup, and that is how Mahaprabhu's mind right now feels, completely in this sugary syrup of Madhurya, of love. So he says, my mind is Vrindavan. Don't ever say anything else to me. The forest, the Yamuna, the hills. And whenever Mahaprabhu saw a hill, he was overwhelmed by ecstasy, seeing Govardhan. I hope I could say a
Wonderful.
little.
Dandavat. Your explanation is as sweet as Vrindavan.
This is Guru Baba is speaking through me. Thank you that I can do this seva to please my Gurudev. So continue. Huh? Yeah, sorry.
No problem. Then Shripad says, Yana Shrutikam Shiropi Arodhum Kshamate. The Vedas and Upanishads are unable to keep Radha's sweetness on their heads.
Honestly speaking, Uddhavji, honestly speaking, when you first asked this question, I did not know what to say. But then I thought about the lotus feet of Baba, and slowly, the explanations come. So this is, I want to be honest, you know, first I was thinking, oh my God, is this translation correct? What it means? And then it comes, you know, the heart, it brings in the heart. So I'm so thankful to be in the association of you all and my Gurudev and Satmaraj.
And the more you spoke, the sweeter it became.
So then you can see it's not me.
Sri Radha is the greatest secret. The Vedas teach fruitive activities, and the Upanishads teach wisdom. Loving devotion is a great secret and is described in a very hidden way. Sri Radha is the highest love personified. So how can the Vedas and Upanishads describe her sweet form? At some places, the Upanishads, Gopal Tapani, describes Sri Radha's majestic aspect. Radhika is the Lord's first nature, or energy. She's eternally transcendental to the material psychic modes, and energies like Lakshmi and Durga are her mere fragments. If I read this, I have no feeling. I don't. It's like so. How can I say? Oberflächlich, superficial. But her sweet aspect is not revealed. Exactly. In the present age of Kali, Sriman Mahaprabhu, who has accepted Sri Radha's mood and complexion, has especially come to give this transcendental sweetness. Therefore, the acharyas that are empowered by him have described Radha's sweetness in their books. Then Shripad writes, Sri Radhika's sweetness is not revealed in the meditation of Lord Shiva and Shukamuni. In his Bhagavatamrita, Srimad Sanatan Goswamis explained why Sri Shuka did not mention the gopis names in the Bhagavata. If the speaker of the Bhagavata, Sri Sukha Muni, would pronounce the names of the gopis, he would remember them specifically. Then the sparks from the high flames of their amazing, fully blooming love would burn him, and he would become agitated with pain. He would not have been able to complete his speaking of the Bhagavata. So he did not pronounce any of their names. Sri Radha's eternal adolescence is full of sweet nectarian love. Sri Radha's every limb is made of nectarian love. Finally, Shripad says, "My eyes are greedily searching for that sweet form." Intense greed is the means to attain Raganuga Bhakti. Srila Jiva Goswami writes in Bhakti Sandarbha, "Just as materialists naturally love the sense object, so the devotees naturally like to see the beautiful form of the Lord, and so. This is called the devotee's raga, attachment to the Lord. Shripad's attachment to seeing Srimati's beautiful form is natural, and that is why his eyes greedily wander around, searching for that sweet form."
Wow. So now this is, Baba is always giving us also some, very, very deep and interesting points to help us in our sadhana bhakti. Rarely one purport goes without advices and beautiful, beautiful hints. So when we were sitting yesterday in Gurudev's room, many times he said, the intense greed is the only means to practice Raganuga Bhakti. So we all know that there is this very, very big misunderstanding that Raganuga Bhakti can only be practiced at the stage, for example, some people say at the stage of asakti. So honestly speaking, I'm not laughing arrogantly, but just think about it. Think about what that means. This is actually, if you, like you say, black milk. It's not there. When you say that you can only practice Raganuga Bhakti at the stage of asakti, so I will challenge you. I will not do it openly, but I'm tired of that. But I would challenge those people and ask them, how can you come to asakti? Tell me. How can you come to the platform of asakti without practicing Raganuga Bhakti? You see how ridiculous this claim is? How can asakti, honestly speaking, ruchi is a very, very, very high platform. Ruchi means you are nearly there, that the whole mind is full of Krishna and very, very little thoughts about the material world. Nearly not much attachment still is there. So asakti means you have to force yourself to practice your daily life, to practice your material entanglement. You are so full of love and raga and attachment to the Lord that you cannot even, you have to force yourself out of it. It's such a high stage. So how, and you want to tell me you come to this stage without Raganuga Bhakti? Impossible. Impossible. Therefore, Baba is giving us always this beautiful quotation. I'm so thankful that we have the Bhakti Sandarbha as Baba is explaining here. we don't have to read it fully because Baba is supplying us with the necessary quotes. So here we have it, one of those. And I remember many of those. Actually, what Jiva Goswami is saying, this is a very beautiful thing. Just as materialists naturally love the sense objects, so the devotee should feel a natural attachment. So how can we come to this natural attachment? So I'm attached to vinyl records. I'm attached to movies. I'm attached to clothes, cars. You know what I mean? So how can we transfer this attachment to spiritual things, that it becomes natural? So this is actually what sadhana means. This is actually what our bhajan means. So Srila Jiva Goswami explains also very, very wonderfully in Bhakti Sandarbha that the rays of prema enter into the heart of the sadhaka and then makes it shine. So you can imagine, first, our heart is like a window with a lot of curtain is there, but still the sun can come through. So, and the more we open the curtain of our heart, the more this light of the sun will enter into our hearts. But Jiva Goswami is making a very, very important point. It is not like no rays of that sun can enter, only when the heart is purified. That is not true. These rays of prema, they enter the heart and clean it from within. And then the heart becomes clean. And what does that mean, that cleaning process? That means Chetodarpanam Archanam, hearing and chanting and remembering, Smaranam, Kirtanam, all these aspects of bhakti will help that way. But it is important to remember that these rays of prema already come into our hearts because we are connected with a Raganuga saint. Our Gurudev is a Raganuga sadhu. He is a accomplished Manjari. So these rays come into our hearts and it makes the heart clean. And as you clean your heart, the more rays of this sun can enter into it. That is our job. The rays are coming and we have to clean our heart. We have to make it clean by hearing and remembering the pastimes of Radha and Krishna in the Nikunjas of Vrindavan. That is actually the only medicine for this jaundice of our heart. We have to take this medicine. Hearing about the intimate pastimes of the Lord is not only for some elitist snobs who are sitting there and listening only to that. This is for everyone. The Bhagavatam says this is for everyone, every soul who, and now comes the only qualification. Rupa Goswami says, not that we have asakti, not that we have a completely pure heart. Rupa Goswami is saying in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that the only qualification to hear and meditate about Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan is greed. When literally he says, when you hear about the pastimes of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan, and you feel an inclination to know more about those pastimes, this is the qualification for practicing Raganuga Bhakti. End of story. And I will never ever in my life discuss this with any opponent because this is so clear. It is so clear. So you can check yourself. Everyone, why are you sitting there early in the morning? Because you want to hear about the pastimes of Radha and Krishna and Vrindavan. So 100,000% you are qualified for Raganuga Bhakti because Raganuga Bhakti follows the same journey as Vaidhi Bhakti. We go through all the stages from Shraddha to Prema, but with a completely different motivation. We don't want to attain Vaikuntha, we want to attain the Nikunjas of Vrindavan. So this is very important. And Jiva Goswami is saying that in the beginning, here he says it is natural. In the beginning, it is not natural. In the beginning, we perform a mixture of Raganuga with Vaidhi. Like you have a scale, like now in the beginning, we do our items of bhakti because we have to do it, but also because we want to do it. So it's a mixture. It's a mixture of both. So the heart motivation is still there. Oh yes, I have to get up early, but I also do it because I like it. And the more we do it, Srila Jiva Goswami is saying, the more this mixture, he calls it Raganuga Vaidhi Sadhana. It's mixed with Vidhi. And then in the beginning, it is achata ruchi. It is without much taste. So therefore, we have the taste, but we also need to force ourselves a little bit. If we are all honest, I speak for myself. So then Srila Jiva Goswami says, this achata ruchi, this having not much taste, change into chataruchi. As we progress through these stages of bhakti, it will become chataruchi means growing taste in the items of bhakti. So then this mixture goes away and the scale weighs up more raganuga and vidhi, the impulse of force is going down until there is no trace left of any inclination of vidhi. Then we are performing true raganuga bhakti sadhana. So this gives us so much hope that still we should not condemn ourselves if we still feel there is little vaidhi. Vaidhi means the inclination to do something because you are told to do is still there. It will come out. And every one of us knows as soon as we practice our daily bhajan, we feel good, right? It just takes some time to sit down and concentrate and do it. But at the moment when we do it, we already feel good. So we are already experiencing this going down of vidhi, this going down of this impulse to do something because we are told to do, and we will feel by Guru's kripa. This is the key to come from achataruchi to chataruchi is actually Guru kripa. Therefore, we get diksha. Therefore, we get Siddha Pranali, and therefore we sit here and do all these things to change this, to have taste, to get this taste. It's a very, very deep matter. Please never be discouraged by hearing, oh, Raganuga Bhakti is so high a thing. It is so high a thing. And never think that we are doing it. We only do it by Guru Kripa. This is the way how to approach it. And this is the way to imbibe it into our hearts. That Guru Kripa is the only key to awake and to have this greed in our hearts to do these bhajans. We may have greed some days and we may not have greed some days. But at one point, this greed becomes nishta. It becomes steady. And we will always feel, oh yes, I want to hear. This is up to us. If anyone wants to share something, please.
Well, just that I share this feeling that you're explaining so nicely. We wouldn't even understand the question, are you a devotee, if we did not have a tiny trace of the greed. Just asking yourself, reflecting, meditating, am I devotee? What am I doing here? This is already greed.
As a result of many pious acts, and by the grace of the divine couple, one may attain the audience of the lady love of the Prince of Raj, Sri Radhika, whose beautiful form was made by a craftsman named Cupid in the playgrounds of Raj. The Upanishads, the greatest Shruti scriptures, are unable to describe Radha's extraordinary love. And Lord Shiva and Chukamuni are not able to attain her audience in their meditations, no matter how much they try. The eternally fresh adolescence is sweeter than sweet and is saturated with the nectarian flavors of divine love. This Rai is enjoyable for Shyam in a great festival of play, in which she becomes marked with the signs of his enjoyments. My contaminated eyes always want to see that jewel-like form. Shripad Prabodhananda says, alas, alas, when will that desire be fulfilled? End of verse 77.
Gurudev, he in his room, he said some very, very wonderful thing. To realize means to have real eyes. So as Udavachi, you are a connoisseur of language, and this is nice, this is not
Very
learned in
nice.
this. Very beautiful. To realize means to have real eyes. And the Shastras so many times speak about real eyes, these eyes, what are those eyes? These are not these material things. So these are Divya Kyan eyes, which can see. Chakudan no diloye, Chakudan, you can see the spiritual with your eyes. And the Gurudev, with the torchlight of love, he opens up those eyes that we can really see. I just said yesterday to Maharani how wonderful it must be to go to Radhakund. And for 1 second, the curtain would lift, and you would see the jewel staircases, you would see the ghat, the bathing places, the kunjas. It is there. It is there, but you can feel something is going on. When you look at Radhakund, for example, in the middle of Radhakund is Ananga Manjari's kunja. So when you sit down and look half an hour at that middle place of Radhakund, you feel there is something going on, but God damn it, I don't see it, But you wish to see it, you wish to see it. It is there, but when we see the real pictures which are transferred from the great seers and viewers, and we can see the pictures they painted, you can see. And I would love to have this, when my Gurudev is making paragram, he many times hinted at that it's glorious. It must be really fantastic to have these eyes salved with prem, with the love of salve of prem, and to see actually not concrete and houses and all these things, but truly see that the wonderful true form of Radhakund or Vrindavan, doesn't matter. When you go here at the Yamuna, the true form is still there. So we just have to open our eyes, and this is actually only possible by Guru Kripa.
Yeah, so nice. Yeah.
So we finish here. I think it's already getting. Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Dandavad Svanchakalpa.
Dandavad Pradam. Thank you. Jai.